Hello everybody, Goddess of Fire here, back for another fire conversation. Hot topics today is pick a card reading. So I wanted to do something a little bit different and allow the opportunity for a couple of different readings within one sitting. So the way this works, just concentrate on whatever it is that you feel you need an answer for, a little bit of guidance on, maybe just even have a question or concern about, and then kind of just close your eyes, concentrate on it, and then open them up and look at whatever card and crystal combination that calls out to you. I've got the Keepers of the Light deck here with clear quartz. Got the Earth Magic deck, Oracle deck with green adventuring, and then we have the Believe in Your Own Magic deck with, I believe this is tourmaline. I believe that's what that is. If not, it's hematite, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's tourmaline. Anyways, so take a moment, concentrate on your question, comment, or not comment, but question, concern, or subject, and then go ahead and you can take a look in the description box too, and I'll have the timestamps for each of the respective cards. And yeah, so if you only feel drawn to one, you don't feel like you have to watch the entire video to get the messages that you are seeking. It's not uncommon either to be drawn to one, two, or all three. So just being aware of that is going to be important too. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've also picked some tarot cards with each of them. And I did that off camera. I didn't really look at them, so I'm pretty much figuring them out at the same time as you. So we have hope for the first card with the clear quartz. Love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Okay. And then we have 6 cards to go with our oracle card. Love and acceptance. I feel like this is love and acceptance of self. Honestly, it does say recognize your divine worth. This is really playing towards the heart and solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus, and I'm saying the solar plexus because there's so much yellow here. There's actually a lot of yellow in these cards too. So there could be there's some insecurities that are happening right now for you. I just want to make sure everything's in the line of sight. But there's some insecurities that you're experiencing, whether this be personally, professionally, spiritually, relationship-wise. However this insecurity is being illustrated within your experience, it's taking away from your ability to enjoy your experience, because if you're constantly concerned with what other people are thinking, how they're perceiving you, then you're really not allowing yourself to be your truest self. The way we receive love is by giving it to ourselves first. So I think that's another thing that needs to be brought to the forefront. I'm already looking at these tarot cards, and there's a lot of shifting. There's a change that's happening here. 4 of Cups is representing a loss, and I feel like this is a loss of old self. You've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, and also just a lot of self-healing, self-work. And because you're not aligning with some of the things that you built, created, or felt connected to in your previous self, or understanding of yourself, it's making it really difficult for you to move forward and claim your absolute power. The Emperor, this is Mars energy, this is Aries energy, and I feel like this is you taking yourself back after a period of emotional discovery, because I think I had explained this in my Mars going direct video, that when Mars is in retrograde, that actually holds back our masculine energy. And now that Mars has gone direct, I think you're learning to integrate your action-oriented side back into your experience after being within your feminine energy for so long. But you're getting a change in perspective. The mind is opening now, and you, I think, are experiencing a lot of this in dream state. You're getting a lot of ideas in your sleeping times. You're receiving a lot of light codes and a lot of light information, and you're probably having a lot of guides coming to visit you in sleep state as well. But this is also you expanding your mind, but also expanding your authenticity and being able to live in your truth. This is, with the Strength card, I'm getting the sense that you've learned to balance out your spirit with your ego. I think I say that a lot when it comes to this card, but I feel it makes a lot of sense. You've got your soft lamb feminine side, but you've also got your strong, hard masculine side, and you have been able to make those cohesive now. You know that your ego has its place as well as your soul has its place, and you're no longer allowing yourself to have the internal battle of who gets to drive. Because I think when a lot of us go through spiritual awakenings or ascensions, or just different phases of our lives fading out and new phases fading in, it can be a little bit difficult. Sorry, I'm like getting so many messages. I think I just lost my train of thought. It can be difficult because, you know, your ego wants to control your human self, your very human nature wants to control things, because that's how we've been trained for so long, is that we need to push for things. And I think you're starting to realize that when you kind of stay a little bit more in your lamb energy from time to time, that can be greater, and that's more of your spiritual side. But when you express your lion energy, your ego, it has its place too. So I think you're really learning when to be the lion and when to be the lamb. And because of this is creating a fast track of ascension for you, and you're going to be moving forward into a period of time where you feel in control, where you feel as if you can bring forward all that you are supposed to bring forward confidently, easily, and without fear. You know, this is King of the Jungle energy. This is you being within your confidence, being within your truest get shit done energy. I don't know how else to say it, but you're no longer being held back by things that used to hold you back before. And I think this is a lot to do with that solar plexus energy, and you honoring yourself and accepting yourself before you reach out for that from other people. I want to get another card on this King of Wands. Yeah, you've made the choice, and you're being divinely guided towards the proper action that you need to take to get where you want to go. I want to see too on this Chariot card. What are we moving towards? What are we moving towards with this Chariot card? What are we... Okay. Moving away from regrets. and moving into a stage where we are creating our own experience. Okay. Now I want to break into what is going to challenge us with this energy. What would be challenging? Embracing both sides of ourselves, accepting and loving ourselves. What's the greatest challenge that we're going to experience with that? I can feel something wants to come out, okay. Ugh. And our greatest challenge is bad health. And for me, I'm taking this as self-care. A challenge is being able to maintain your self-care, being able to maintain boundaries during this time. I thought is going to be a really big challenge, and being able to speak from your heart without fear of judgment. So this is definitely breaking into your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra. One thing you can do to help with the solar plexus chakra is a lot of breath work, as well as eating yellow things. So if you want to eat a banana, that would be great. Any kind of yellow crystals are going to be helpful, like pyrite, tiger's eye. Those are going to be great to help soothe that energy that could be flowing really highly through you. And I can tell you right now, I'm experiencing a lot through my solar plexus right now. It's how we heal energy. It's also where we absorb energy. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the phrase that we have three brains. Our stomach, which is where our intuition lies, our heart, where our emotions lie, and then our head, and that's where our thoughts lie. And our stomach is the greatest of all of those. So I want to find out what's supporting us during this transitional phase. What is supporting us? Okay. And I've got the shield. You are safe from harm. What's protecting us is our spirit guides. I feel like this is a lot of Archangel Michael energy because he does carry a sword and shield. I'm also picking up Freya energy, so I think that there is a sense to protect the feminine energy a little bit right now, as to protect it and nurture it as we are kind of moving a little bit more forward with our masculine energy. But just know that you are safe and you are protected through all shifts and changes. So I'm going to leave you with a postcard from Spirit for some final guidance before I move on to the next set of cards. Ooh. Okay. Postcard from Spirit. Sorry, I'm like moving a bunch of shit around because I want to make sure I write down the timestamps. Dear you, sometimes you feel like no one understands you. You're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you. We love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and to the source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. I think that's a really beautiful message to bring forward. Okay, now let's move on into the second set of cards here. And we're gonna go into the Green Adventurine portion. Okay, so what we have is movement with the river. High interesting. Okay. Oh, how interesting. Breaking into this one. Movement, river. There's a lot of things shifting in your life. And what's unique about a river is it can flow very slow or it can flow very fast. So that is dependent on your specific situation. I feel like there's a lot of throat chakra energy being experienced, even though this is a heart chakra. It's throat and heart, because all the blue is just drawing me. The blue and the green is just drawing me to that. But back to movement. Movement is going to be about the shifts and the changes that are occurring in your life, the ebbs and the flows. And remembering that flow with the current, not against it. I feel like 9 times out of 10, when I have a hard time personally with divine timing or divine interventions or just the natural state of how things should be, it's because I'm going against the grain. I'm going against the current, and I'm floundering because it's not helping my situation. With the Lover's card, this is definitely moving forward away from a past situation, relationship, just away from the past, because this chick is behind him and is facing away. She looks very sad, and this guy looks like Jason Momoa, kind of. Stop, Vanessa. Okay. But he's leaning towards something that seems brighter and more pure, and which is leading me into the next card, which is the Fool. And this is a fresh start, a new beginning. It's you coming into your power. And I feel like this has a lot to do with us moving into Sagittarius season 2 with the King of Wands, because that is representative. The King of Wands is representative of Leo, Sag, or Aries. But I'm feeling like you moving into the December month as well as moving into Sagittarius season, that's going to give you a new piece, a new energy. I don't even know how to describe it. But it's you being grounded within your manifestations and understanding that the universe wants to give you a gift of something new that you love. I'm trying to figure out, this feels very I don't know why I'm thinking of Poseidon right now. And I don't even know who Poseidon is like really connected to. Neptune. Okay. Neptunian energy. And this is illusionary things that are coming up. Okay, so that is what's leading me into the next card. So right now it's using your discernment with the things that are coming your way, because it's a test. You're going to be presented with a bunch of different things coming your way, but it's up to you to decide what is for your highest and greatest good. Sometimes the universe likes to play tricks on us. I don't know why I really even say play tricks on us, because that sounds like a really negative way to say it, but it tests us by throwing a bunch of different things our way and having us choose what's going to be the best suited. And being confident in these decisions. 9 times out of 10, the Queen of Swords is a very aggressive energy, and that's not what I'm seeing here. She's very calm within herself, within her choices, within her truth. She doesn't have to wield her sword because she's at peace with it. And from this, there is going to be an abundance that's brought through. When we open up our heart chakras, it's how the blessings can come towards us. I see these as droppings, as gifts, as wishes in a well, almost. All your wishes can come true when you open up. Wow. No, I'm being corrected. These are not coming, they're not dropping in, they're coming out. When we open ourselves up, we release the ability to manifest. We release those things to the universe and allow them to come back to us. Okay. And then from this, our cup will runneth over. You will feel so full. I feel like before, maybe the cup was kind of running dry. I want to get some more information on the Knight of Cups. How is the universe going to test us? By making sure we know what isn't right for us. That's what I was saying. Okay, that makes me feel better because I thought I wasn't making any sense with that one. So yeah. Being presented with multiple different things that you think you want, you think that are right, that you think that you love, and being able to find the actual right fit within there. Tell me a little bit more about this Queen of Swords energy. Why is she so demure? Why is she so chill? Because she's made the choice to be chill. She knows her truth. She knows her direction. She knows what she wants. And that's you. You know your truth. You know what direction you want to go. And you know what you want. Tell me more about this Ace of Cups. What manifestations are we going to be presented with? What abundance is going to come our way? Following our heart. Expressing our emotions. Oh, another card flipped too. So finding that balance between our masculine and our feminine energy will help us to open up our heart chakra and receive the abundance that we want, that we seek, the manifestations, all of that jazz. So now I'm going to break into what is going to challenge us with this. What challenges are we facing? Adjudication. Adjudication. Where is the little book I have for you? Because I know what that means, but I don't know what they mean it to mean. It feels like deciding something. But to me, it just feels very karmic. Okay, that makes sense. So, upon reading it, to me, this feels like it's you're the defense, and you feel like you're going to be prosecuted, prosecuted, yes, but also persecuted is the word that I was coming from. As we make these decisions to move towards our fresh start, and we're making discernments with what is for us and what is not, and leaning on, you know, our personal truths and, you know, our own image of how we see ourselves and what we want out of life. There could be some negative backlash from that. Just knowing, just to be aware of. There's always going to be negative backlash when somebody is used to you being one way, and then all of a sudden you do the work, you do the healing, and you decide that you don't want to be that way anymore. There's a huge issue that people have with that from time to time, and it's not always that you cannot continue relationships with the people that you had in your from your previous self, from your previous life, so to speak. But it's not always easy to integrate your new self with things from your past. So just being aware of that. Yeah. Not everybody wants to be happy for you when you change. That's just the reality of it, unfortunately, because a lot of times people can't get what they want out of you if you aren't the same person, you know, that would bend over backwards or say yes to you and say no to themselves. When we start to say yes to ourselves and no to other people, that people don't like that. But hold strong within your truth and within, you know, how your heart and soul leads you, because that's not anybody else's business but yours. So I want to see how we will be supported. Oh my fucking God. Well, strength and wisdom. Sorry, like 400 cards flew everywhere just for that one. Strength and wisdom is just using all that you've learned throughout your journey to making yourself a better individual, to being within your truest self and being your most authentic. All that you've learned, all the strength that you've gained from, you know, digging deep and doing the work and healing the parts of you that you didn't believe could be healed, could be loved, could be honored, could be appreciated in any way. And then the wisdom to afford people the same compassion that you've afforded yourself. There's a certain thing that I learned throughout my Reiki teachings is being compassionately detached, because you can still care about a person, you know, that relationship, what have you, but you do not have to take the emotion that they try to project towards you that's negative. So that's where you can kind of detach. And I think that that's another nod towards the Queen of Swords, because she is the one that cuts attachments out, and she does that with the greatest of ease. Because she's not ashamed. She's not ashamed to protect herself, to protect her energy, and protect what is going to be for her highest and greatest good, and allow her to have the achievements and have the experience that she wants. Really good messages. So I will leave you guys with a postcard from Spirit for some ending messages before I move on to the third and final. Whew. Third and final stack. Cards are going berserk. Okay. Dearest you, all your prayers are heard and mirrored back to you from the unseen realms. Be grateful. Praise things before they manifest, and always ask for the highest good. When you plead and beg, that will bring you only more reasons to plead and beg. Instead, offer your prayers as sacred gifts, as a testament to your faith in a higher power. Open up and let Spirit move through you and comfort you. Add meditation as a way to become empty, so you will be ready to be filled with inspired epiphanies, peace, understanding, and joy. Okay, I'm going to take a second here. Maybe that's why I was tapping into some Neptunian energy. Neptune rules dream state, also meditative state. So I think that you'll find some answers if you start meditating more, or actually include that into some of your daily practices. In this moment, your prayers are being answered for the highest good of both you and all life. Sometimes what you pray for is not supposed to happen for you, and your prayers will be answered in surprising ways. At this moment, we are listening intently to your prayers and want you to know that your highest good is our priority. All is well. So just take a step back and just have faith in the process. Do some meditation, connect with your higher self, your guides. I think that that's where you'll be able to find the answers that you seek. Gain a little bit more clarity from that, and be able to kind of move forward with a little bit more confidence. I think that's really important. All right, now we are going to move into the next and final section. Endings are inevitable. Got some things popping today. Okay, no, that's... Okay. Whew. So the gray, endings are inevitable. My first thought with looking at this is it's always darkest before the dawn. And this is very telling to different phases, stages, cycles of our life, and letting you know, almost like a seed, that even if you feel like you can't see anything and nothing's happening, there's a lot happening beneath the surface. There's a lot happening in the ethers that you can't actually see. So thinking of that seed, a seed's going to germinate whether you can see it germinating or not, right? But when we know it's ready is when it comes bursting through the earth, right? But there's a lot of things that happen beneath the surface, you know, that nobody's really witnessing, and those stages are what I think you're experiencing right now. Is that you're in this gray area. You can't go back, but you're not really ready to go completely forward. But it's clearing up. It looks like this is a sunrise, or a storm is breaking apart. Yeah, because there's some lightning and whatnot happening. So it looks like a storm is dissipating and falling back, but at the same time it looks like a dream is floating in on these clouds here. So yes, it can be quite difficult to let things go, because there's always a level of attachment or great appreciation or fondness of a person, place, or thing. But we have to know when the time is right to let something go and allow things to fall away as they may, so that better things can fall into place. An ending is just a new beginning, and that's what's kind of being expressed here. That you're moving into a stage where you will be overcome and overflowing with a level of emotional peace and happiness and joy, and just an overall loving experience. To me, this feels like a relationship is ending, and you're finding your happiness back in a singlehood, in a more independent state. Yeah, you're taking a rest now after this. taking a rest, retreating, doing some prayer, doing some meditation, and looking for the answers. If you haven't done this already, this is one of those readings where it could be one or the other, where you're either going into this or you've already experienced it. Because to me, this is either you found your way or you are finding your way. Because the Three of Wands is next after the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is you being at a crossroads, not knowing which way to go. The Three of Wands is knowing that, hey, I've picked a direction. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to get there. And the Four of Wands is stability. This is a celebratory energy, and I feel like this is you become stable within your own, within yourself, within your independence. Following your heart is giving you direction and stability. And then it's also coming into this confident nature. This is, again, speaking to the Sagittarius season. I feel like Sagittarius season is going to be big for everybody. But she's confident. She's a fiery queen, and she's creative, and she wants to embrace all that is her. You're growing. You've done a lot of growing, and now it's time for you to bloom. Wow. Okay. Tell me more about the direction that you've chosen to go. Okay. This was by force. If this hasn't happened already, it is on its way to you. There's going to be a tower moment where there's going to be an unexpected shift. And I don't want you to be concerned that this is going to be a negative thing, because although it may seem negative at face value, in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be for your highest and greatest good. So what this feels like to me is that there was a divine intervention and something was taken that no longer served you. They had to tear down something that had too much weight and was too cemented into your life in order for you to find a direction and to close a cycle and move forward. That's what that's really about. This was a divine intervention. That's all I can say is it's a divine intervention. I think I told you guys before that if you don't, it's the easy way or the hard way, that sometimes the universe has to demolish something if you don't want to demolish it yourself. But this is for your highest good. So what's actually helping us come into balance and creating a celebratory energy for us with this Four of Wands? What's coming through? Okay. Ooh. Us standing in our power, using our discernment, and following our dreams. That's what's helping us to be stable, to feel strong, to feel sturdy. It's a new foundation that's being built here. After the tower was knocked down, we're building a new foundation with our power, our discernment, our truth, and our dreams, our manifestations. Tell me more about this Queen of Wands. Why is she so confident? Why are we so confident going into this next phase? Even though it feels as though there's been, because we are working with our higher selves and our guides. I feel like this is coming back to, okay. Yeah. in reuniting ourselves, mind, body, and soul. Working hard with our higher selves, our spirit guides, to reunite ourselves, mind, body, and soul. I don't think I need any more information on that one, but let's see what's going to challenge us with this new energy. What is going to challenge us? What is going to challenge us? I can feel it. Something's going to come out. It's just being stubborn. What challenges are we going to face? Oh, thank you. This is going to be a challenge with family, our home lives. So whatever this relationship or situation that's ending is affecting your family life heavily. I feel like this is more so your living arrangement than anything. But I feel like there could be some children involved. I don't feel that. Yeah, because the family room within this deck is like your safe place, your sanctuary, your sacred place. And for us, that's home, right? That's the place where we can feel the most comfortable, at ease. So this ending could definitely shake up your home life. So let's see what's going to support us. What is supporting us through this transition? Authority and diplomacy. This is that using of the discernment. This is these two cards here. Using your power and your discernment. Wow. You can't fucking make that up. That's literally what these two cards are. Your authority, your power, your discernment, and your diplomacy. So there's some asserting that needs to happen here. And following your truth and cutting out the bullshit. This is a huge, that's why I feel like this is going to affect like your home life a lot. You could be living with this person. This could be a relationship, a marriage, an engagement, but you guys definitely live together. And this ending is going to have a huge effect on that. Okay, and then, oh. Okay. Okay. There was two cards that came out, and this was the one that happened. So this postcard from Spirit says, "Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life. Getting to tell a new story as you recreate it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning." Wasn't I just saying that? That sometimes you don't see, like a seed, you don't see things happening? That's wild. It's normal to feel both push and pushback when entertaining any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. Well, now, that was nice. I think I might do more of these. I hope you guys enjoyed this pick a card reading. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, you guys, have a blessed day. Love you.